You mentioned Urrea was a Federalist.
Hmm.
How did that work? Because he had to have been conflicted with the war itself.
Yeah, I believe what happened, and everybody, all the Texas history people want to make Urrea the golden boy. You know, he was never defeated. He was all this. He was against the retreat, and it's like, yeah, he had his good points, but he also had his weaknesses too. He grew up. I think he was born in Sonora, or no, it wasn't Sonora. It's what's now Arizona. He was born in Arizona, and people that were from the borderlands tended to be a lot more liberal because they wanted support from the Mexican government, and they didn't get it. You know, the Mexican government didn't do much for Texas. You know, as far as education and this kind of stuff, there was just not much at all. Well, it was probably the same for him. So he grew up a Federalist. He actually was involved in a revolt before all this. But I think what happened is kind of like 9/11 when it hit the United States, it kind of brought us all together. And I think that's what happened with Mexico when the Texans attacked the troops at Velasco and Anahuac, and then especially when they drove the troops out of San Antonio at the siege of Behar. I think that brought the Mexicans together, and I think they put politics aside. And I think Urrea was doing fine with that till Santa Anna got captured. Now all of a sudden everything's changed. He sees a big opening there. You know, it's like, hey, Santa Anna's gone, the Mexican army's up here. He hightails it. He's at the very lead of the retreat. He hightails it back to Matamoros and works to get appointed as commander in chief of the army. And that we even have a statement from a guy who said that Urrea tried to get them to rebel, the army in Matamoros to rebel and revolt, but it didn't work. He said that they weren't going along with it. Urrea, I think, was a Mexican first, but when it was convenient, he was a Federalist.